First of all, I'm Lyndall Parris, for those who I haven't met before, and there's a few people I haven't met. I guess my role, as I see my role in this, is certainly as the holder of the vision, you know, to sort of be pretty focused on that sort of vision on the horizon, and to hold that vision and to communicate it as best I can. Also to be a facilitator of that vision, you know, so that we can keep going as the steps, and also sort of to move on that vision too. Background and experience, so I've got a few qualifications like a BA and an accounting degree and a CPA. I taught for years. I worked with small businesses for about 10 years, doing presentations, facilitations, helping them, trying to improve their bottom line, and also with marketing and their operational aspects of that. And also, my husband and David and I lived on a country property near Cooma for about 20 years, and over that time we did some property development with, you know, carving off bits of our land and doing some property development. And I mention that because it could be relevant to this particular project that we're taking forward. And I'd like to introduce you to David.
Hi. Yeah, first of all, welcome again too. Good to see everybody come along this afternoon. My role is basically to help and support Lyndall in her endeavours to get a eco-village going near Sydney. We've got between us fantastic background for this sort of endeavour, and that we have done developments. We've started from a bare block of land and built up, and you know, planted trees, built sheds, built log cabins, and made, you know, quite wonderful environment in a couple of previous endeavours. My experience, I've got a fantastic job doing renewable developments. I've been in renewable energy most of my working career, and I hope to be doing that for a while yet too. Building wind farms and hydropower stations and that sort of thing is basically my expertise. I live with Lyndall, and what I like doing, just about any outdoor activity. So I'll be making sure that this village has got plenty of scope for nice bush walks, surfing, whatever I can do to make sure it's a wonderful place to live. So I'll hand back.
I'd like to introduce you first of all to Paul and to Nellie, and he'll tell you a little bit about it.
Thank you. I won't talk too much. It's probably important to understand that we didn't really start as a business. You know, we started on a similar journey to what Lyndall's been going to really create an eco-village, you know, 6.5, 7 years ago, and it's just sort of, you know, the team, Neil, Dom, people who work with us, people that just came along for the ride, the journey, and we just worked out, well, we learned some stuff, so let's see if we can help other people doing it. So we're not really, you know, it's not a business thing, it's sort of going that way now for us, but it's more about, we're pretty passionate, I'm really passionate about seeing this eco-village thing happen everywhere, not just around Australia but overseas, and so we've tried to find a way of making it forward. My background is, I'm an engineer by background. So I didn't handicap it too much, you know, that's the sort of major things. I've been in the army for a while, you know, lived overseas, married to Rob and my wife. We've been married until about our 20th next month, 20th anniversary. We've got 3 gorgeous kids. And I've done lots of things. Property, you know, lots of property experience, been in business together, we were in business before, marketing, engineering, a whole range of stuff. And over the years I did all this stuff and, you know, I didn't get too excited, and that really didn't get too excited. And the eco-village thing is the one thing that I'm passionate about. It allowed me to actually draw on all my previous experience. The Summerville process has changed all of us who've been involved in it quite dramatically. It's been quite a journey, really having a good time with it. And so, I mean, we're really fortunate to work with David. We don't just work with anyone, you know, we're very particular about the people that we work with, and really for us to be able to connect with these guys, we thinking about for that. So we're just really happy to be working with Dave and having some fun on the way. So that's my story. Thank you, Al.
Dom, would you?
Hi everyone, I'm Dom Carlino. As Paul said, I'm part of this as a business now. It is actually a business. I do this for a living now, this is what I do. I really enjoy it. My background is actually construction. Construction is sort of 25 years of my life. Lots of different aspects of construction. Worked in different countries, different places around the planet, got lots of good experience from that. And then sort of moved through into project management, design management, those types of things. So once again, my background has really helped me with this whole economics thing. My reason for getting involved initially was for a place to live, which is Somerville in Perth. Somerville hasn't been built yet, but that was my reason for getting involved. My wife Vida is heavily involved in the project too, and she'll be helping with this project too. So it's become a family thing. It's something that I do. I mean, what do I like to do? This is what I like to do. This is what I like to do. It's my hobby, it's my work, and it's really great, as Paul said too, to be involved with Lyndall and David. First met Lyndall a couple of years ago now at Crystal Waters, actually, at a it was an Greenedge Designers Conference, that's right, yeah. So that was great, so going back there and meeting Lyndall there, and a lot of things have changed since then. It's been a very organic process for us as well, where we've managed to grow this into a business and a way of life that supports us and actually supports another group of people as well. And we'd like to see that. Our vision is that spreads not just to Sydney, but all through Australia and even overseas. What we'd like to see is more business, because they're a great way to live. So yeah, that's me.
And Neil?
I suppose if I start from the beginning, I lived in many different places. I grew up in Scotland, and we left there when I was about 12 and lived in Papua New Guinea for a number of years, but the longest place I've lived in one place at one time is Darwin. We were 18 years in Darwin. My background is also engineering, different sort of engineering from Paul. I got fed up with that, and when I moved to Australia I took up information technology, so I sort of got involved with computers and things like that. We moved down from Darwin in 2004 to be involved in the project, my wife and my daughter. I think a couple of the main reasons for getting involved were when you have children, things tend to, your priorities change. People that have children would know this, I think. So we were looking for something a bit different from our lifestyle in Darwin. We did a fair bit of research, went on holidays to Tasmania and New Zealand and places, and decided they would be too cold. And we looked at another project in Western Australia and thought that was the one for us, and we found it a bit more and did a bit more research. And probably the key thing that made the difference for us getting involved with Somerville was the enterprise strategy. Knowing that we'd be able to actually make this lifestyle change and still be able to pay the mortgage was a key thing for us. And we didn't find that in a lot of the other projects. So we moved down from Darwin to be involved in the project, and I quit full-time employment. I think it was the end of 2004, and got involved in the project. Now I work with Greenedge, and I'm delighted to be actually working on other projects now. It's fantastic. So I know there must be some people in the room that think, oh well, I could never, I've still got to pay the mortgage and things. Well, if that's you, well, that was me. I made less than 3 years ago. It's pretty amazing. So more recently I've done some training. I did some permaculture training in Victoria in 2003, and I did the same permaculture, the eco-village design course that John and Lyndall did. I did that last year in Crystal Waters. So I'm just really happy to be back in Sydney, and look forward to seeing the project move ahead. Thank you.